Right, so Power BI Desktop is the desktop application so that you can serve once you install in your machine. So usually you can use this Power BI Desktop to create your model, create your report, and clean your data. So all data related work you can do using the Power BI Desktop, and once your model is ready, then you can publish onto Power BI service so that uh, the wider audience can access your reports and data. So there are some common things that you can do between these services. There are very good articles and the comparison sheet that we can see what is the difference between what kind of the work you can do in a Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Some of them are common, some of them are only to a specific. So this the very first time once you connect, you will see you are asked to log in. If you have an account, you can log in, otherwise you can create a free account for some times, and then you can use your get data source, or just I'll close it so we can see that the how this UI looks like. So if you see that the I mean these are the right pan that you can show you the different things. As you can see, these are the different visuals that you can use once we have a data. But here you have a three major section. One is that your visuals, that's by default, so that's why you can see all these visuals. Then you can see tables. So if you have your data set or table, then you can see the data of that tables and all. And then you have this third view that will give you the your model look, or kind of the how one table is attached to other, and any kind of the relation that you want to establish in your data set, you can do over here, right? So the very first thing first, what we are going to do, we are going to get the data, and for this example our data is available. Say Power BI, what's it is in a notepad. So I'll just open text file. So if you open this notepad, and as you can see over here, let me go back again. Yep, so that's my data file. I just want to see where it is. Power BI, okay, documents, I got it here, and these are the CSV files. So as you can see, I mean this is just a basic sales report. These are the centers, this is the date, and this is the category, and this is the sales amount. That's what we have over here. So we just wanted to process that. So very simple, you can go on to your get data, and you have a variety of data source that you can use it depending on the where your data is. Then you can choose that data type, and then you can connect from there. So over here, like I mean all, so all files are here. If you go by the files, so if you have a text and CSV file, so as you can see over here, this is my text text document or CSV file, so we need to use this one. If your data is in Excel, there are a lot more data in enterprise you can find in Excel, so that is also right connector to use it. Some of the program data are in XML and JSON format. These are very good for programming, and a lot of the application produce the data in this one, especially the web application. They provide the JSON format or XML format. If you wanted to process all the files within the folder, you can use this, even PDF, and even SharePoint folder. So you can point your SharePoint folder too. The other setup is that the databases. Relational database is still the top number one data source that you use for the reporting. So there are a variety of vendors who provide and manage the relational database. So you can find your SQL Server database, that's again Microsoft. Access Analysis Service is a multidimensional queue. We can go in detail. Oracle, IBM, so you name it, and you can find all the data sources that you can connect and consume the data. Then on the Power BI platform, even you can use the Power BI dataset as a data source. So that's very helpful. Many times once you work on the shared data set and all, we'll see that how we'll work in later on section. Azure, there are so many Azure services also, so you can directly connect as a source, and then you can access online services. Yeah, Salesforce Object, Microsoft Dynamics, Exchange Online. It's a big list, and there are third-party plugins also for different that you can use and connect. And other, apart from that, R, Python, or DBC, and other connected that you wanted to use. So for our interest, our data web, that's also any website if you wanted to use that has a tabular structure, you can connect as a web. You pass the web URL and you can process from there. Active Directory, that is used to manage your identity and all that. So I mean, it's a wide range that you can connect and process the data. So in this example we are going to use a file. So simply we'll go file, and our file type is a tst text or csv file. Then I'll connect. I'll point it out where we have our data in a csv files, and I'll select the first data set, that's Delhi, and I'll open. So start reading, and it will ask you to process the data, and your data set will be created. Yeah, so automatically it's understand that there is a comma separated files, and these are the headers, and this is dates, and this is category, and the amount, and there is a space column, so it's using that, right? So I just simply load it. Now just start processing the data, and your data will be available. Yep. So column 1, as you can see over here, we can see what data we have over here, right? So center, Delhi, this one. Column 1 is not needed, right? We need to delete it, right? So what you can do over here, you can go into your data set. So you can validate, like see over here, this sign showing it's a numeric value, this is numeric value, this is date and time. So see, this is a brilliant, like I mean, is as it's stand, there is a date and time, so it will give you the date hierarchy: year, quarter, month, and day. So you can slice dice your data, and you can see how data is moving. And centers is a is a kind of the alphabet. Category is the alphabets. So it's like that. This is the file name you can see over here, right? So if you go over here, it's just there, and any other things that you wanted to define it, you can create and manage, right? So what we need to do, very first thing, we need to transform data, right? Once you click on the transform data, your Power Query window will open, and where you can do the any transformation and change that you wanted to do. So for first of all, we see like the cells data, right? So I just rename it to sales data. So now this data set is considered as the sales data. Now as you see here, there are different steps. This is your source, promoted headers, and change type. So change type is applied on the data, and whatever is that, right? Once you remove it, will go away. What we want to do in this, on this we want to drop this column. We do not need this column, right? So simply we can go remove column, boom, it's gone. And I see over here remove column step has been added. If you go here, column is there. If you click here, column is gone, right? We do not need that, right? So that's the thing you can do. And if you see over here, there are different kind of the property that you can use. Choose columns, works on that, keep rows, remove rows. Similar to that, if any rows that you wanted to clean it out, you can drop it. Or there are many more things that you can do. Split column, group by. You can change data type. So data type is very important. It's always important. Like your column should follow the right data type. For example, this is date, so it's already in a date. If you click here, it's a text, and you can see over here ABC is a text. There is a calendar icon, so that will tell you this is calendar 1 2 3. So this is number. So again, number is like this, but we can see like, okay, this is the number I want as a decimal number. Then you can put the decimal number, or anything that you wanted to apply, you can change on that, right? Number to decimal number, right? So that's the thing you can apply over here. And then finally you can save, apply. Oh god, oh this is a, you can over here you can apply or close and apply, right? So your model is done. Now once you go on the table, where is the records, you got your data, and that additional column has been gone now, so we can just save it now. I mean, once you save this, it will save you as a Pbi-X file. Here we go. So that's the my Pbi-X file number, and then you can get it as data. You got your data, we didn't do much, we just transform some of the things, and now you see how you'll generate the reports. So once you go on the report, your data will be available here, right? And for example, you want to generate a report to see how much data is coming, the sales by category. I put the sales number and I select the category. Once you put and select number and sales by category, then your visuals will come, sales by category. Just then to add on that, the other things that you can use is the scorecard. So if you add the scorecard and then you can put the sales, it will give you the total sales is the 470, right? So that's your total sales of this. You can use other visuals, right? Like I'm going to use these visuals, right? And then I'm gonna put my day, and then I'll put sales, and then I put category, right? So now it's just pretty much same thing is reflecting on this one. But if you want to remove the category and just you wanted to do as a sales day, then it will give you the visuals like this, right? So you can see your visuals, and so your visuals is ready, right? I'm real quickly just drag and drop, and then some visuals are ready that you can access it and you can see it, right? So your visuals, you have a 63% sales of the electronics, you have a 21% sales of the cloth, you have a 10% sales of the household, and 20% is food. Total is your 470 sales, and this is in a one day. If you have a multiple day sales, then you can see the graph, like the how the sales is going on up, that we can add some more data and we can see like the everyday how sales is growing, and that will be helpful, like okay, which one is your peak day. Similarly, if you can go lower than day, then it will be hour. On that way you can see the what is the peak hour of your business, And so those kind of the visuals you can generate. So a very simple, you see from start to end. Just to recap, very first thing is we started with the data source, and we get the data from CSV file. CSV file has the one single file that has the data. It has the center date and the clause by cells. We did some transformations, right? So for that we transform the data. Once you go on this diagram and click on the transform data, then you can see your queries. uh, this is Power Query, where you can visually remove, do the changes, and everything you do will be captured over here. Once you apply and change, then it will apply the change on your data. Your data look clean now. Once your data is cleaned, then you can go and do the draw your development of your chart the way we wanted to generate the visuals, right? And save it. So that's it for this session. We'll just continue in the next session.